now, sometimes we may be fooled into thinking that right behavior equals right standing with God. That right behavior or doing the right things, and we'll get that impression of what that is, maybe from Scripture, maybe from knowing more Scripture, or maybe from just sensing on our own exactly what is right or wrong, and we'll make these decisions for ourselves. And we might even look at it when we think of the unbeliever as look at all the wrong things that they're doing, and if they would just come to the church and act right, then they would be saved. So much of the evangelism message for years has been be convicted of your sin and then change your ways and do the right thing, and then you'll be saved. It's still eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You see, found in the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is still the knowledge of good. It's still the knowledge of good. Doing the right thing is still eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil unless God has specifically called you to do it. We need a dependence on the Spirit to lead us and to guide us. And when we are bitten by the snake, when the curse is on us, we start believing that we can decide all those things for ourselves. We start feeling a wave of independence and wanting to choose things for ourselves. We might think that if we can just study enough Scripture, if we can just know enough of the Bible, then that's good enough for us. That if we can just get more of this into us, then that will be enough. And to say that, to act as if like studying Scripture actually gives us life, is to continue to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I have a piece of software on my computer that is a Bible study software, and in it is a library. And I often imagine if I had a real library in real life with all of these books, there are over 5,000 books in this library that I can instantly search through. And so all of that is available at my fingertips. Through this software, you can get even more and more books. You can build up your library, and you can build up all of these things. And if for a moment, I start thinking that just because I have all of that knowledge in front of me, that will give me life, then I'm eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The knowledge of good and evil might produce drunkenness, fornication, pride, lust, anger, all kinds of debauchery. But the knowledge of good and evil might also produce doing acts of ministry, volunteering at your church, doing the right thing, being a good citizen, being a good churchgoer. It might still produce those things where we say, I'm doing the right thing and thinking that I'm connected to life, but when in fact we have to remove ourselves from that tree completely and go to the tree of life. When they ate of the knowledge of good and evil, from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, they gained the knowledge of good without the ability to do it. And they gained the knowledge of evil without the strength to avoid it. And now we're trapped in this life where we want to know what is right and wrong and live by that standard. And all we do is weigh everybody's actions by all of these things, and everybody's missing the point. If you remember the woman at the well who kept saying, well, your people are not supposed to mingle with my people. She kept telling the rules to Jesus. And what did he say? If you knew who you were talking to, you would ask for life-giving water, and I will give it to you. And so while we weigh and debate all of the rules, Jesus is standing by at the well of living water saying, why don't you just come to me? I'm here for you. I'm the tree of life. I'm here and present and ready to receive you.